Hey there, everyone. We're going to be going to the Scorn of the Arma of Oppression with the budget team. Now, this is budget because we're not using super TMRs and we're only using gear from 4-star units and below. We're not even using 5-star TMRs except the unit's personal gear. With one exception, I'll show we are using the Summer Parasol, which is from a different 5-star unit. This is only to speed up the Esper mission because there's a mission for Espers and this fills the Esper gauge every turn. It just makes the video a little bit quicker. But anyway, we're going to be using C card for full evasion. We don't need provoke on him. We're just got full evasion. Other than that, you want high defense because he's still going to be taking some physical hits even with evasion. Paralyzed immune is helpful if you can fit it. We're going to use Lena as our healer. She also gives stop immunity, and that's important for this boss. And she can buff paralyzed immunity as well. We're going to use Ignis as our general mitigation buffer. That's his primary only role here is general mitigation. He does some other buffs too, which are helpful, but general mitigation is his big purpose here. Lauren's going to be our breaker. She breaks, and that's really about it. She's just here for breaking. Bartz is going to be our DPS, wind weapon, lots of human killer. Bartz is a really good budget choice because he does great damage even with weak gear. He's not paralyzed immune, we'll just have to cure him or buff immunity to it. And we're taking Takaru's Bart, same thing. Obviously the friend is geared better than mine, but you know, it's fine. So let's get into it. The missions are use a limit, evoke 2 Espers, and win within 30 turns. So on this first turn, the boss is going to buff his immunity to, or he's going to buff his defense and spirit. We'll go ahead and dispel that. It's called Mighty Guard, and the first layer of the buff can't be dispelled that lasts for 1 turn. He's going to apply that during the ambush and at every 20% threshold, so 80, 60, 40, and 20. But if you dispel it, it'll only last 1 turn instead of 3 or 4 turns. I forget which one. So here's the ambush. Yeah, Mighty Guard. That's all he's going to do on the ambush. So we're going to go ahead and cover physical with Sieg. We'll break with Lauren. Before we break, though, we're going to go ahead and use Lena to triple. We'll dispel the boss. We'll re-raise on Sieg, and we'll re-raise on, I guess, Lauren. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so we dispelled. Now, next turn, that defense buff will go away because we dispelled. So we're going to go ahead and General's Manifesto for the break. The Barts will start powering up. And Ignis will use Cooking. Now, on this first turn, the boss is just going to use a bunch of physical attacks that don't bypass evasion. So we'll take 0 damage this first turn. There we go. Alright, so the boss, or the Barks will power up again. Gained a job, gained a job. Lena will give us immunity to... which one gives stop immunity? I don't remember. Boost stop immunity. And we're going to do some limit burst fill. Ignis is going to dual cast mitigation. And Bean Suit for more limit fill. We got to get Charlotte or Lauren's limit burst soonish. We'll go ahead and provoke with Sieg. And Lauren will just chain a little bit for the crystal drops. This turn, the boss is going to use a meteor at the end of the round. It shouldn't hit too hard. This team has pretty good spirit. We've got general mitigation now. And he hasn't used a stance yet, so far he's not using his special abilities. I believe that'll happen next turn. Alright, let's go ahead and power to Mastery. Let's see here. Ignis, we've got full limit burst already, so we don't need to do anything with that. So we'll just use stat buffs. Restore MP. Actually, we don't need that one. I guess we'll do defense and spirit, and we'll just refresh mitigation. Yeah. All right. So Lena will. Oh, not that one. Lena will heal the team and do a next turn heal. Sieg will use Gorgeous Pose. And Lauren can just guard here. So at the end of this turn, the boss is going to do a stance. It'll either be a stance that buffs his stats, or it'll be one that dispels our team. Alright, that's the dispel. So next turn, we got completely dispelled. So next turn, the boss is going to do stop and such. But we did get dispelled, so we're going to do general mitigation, defense and spirit buffs with Ignis. C card will physical cover. Oh, I didn't see what stance you used. Whoops. Let's go ahead and break. I wasn't paying attention to the stance. Alright, let's buff stop immunity, which was this one, right? Yeah. Stop immunity. And just purifying. Wait, not that one. Yeah, come on. Let's Heavenly Waters and Teludric Waters just for all the immunities. And Bart's have now reached full power, so we're going to Fragments and Sword Dance. Start doing some damage with Bart's next turn. Let's Fragment and Sword Dance. Alright, there's the stop. The stop is also a mana drain, as you can see. But we'll restore that with Ignis in a second. Actually, let's go ahead and let's use a pure healing instead for the mana regen. Alright, Ignis. Ignis is going to spend this turn cooking to get that refreshed. We'll have the Bart's dual Spellblade. We're going to start doing our real damage now. We'll summon our first Esper with Lauren. Sieg will provoke. And as you can see, this boss is relatively squishy. Alright, so 80% is going to be the first threshold. To be quite honest, probably going to push multiple thresholds with Bart's Brave Blade in a second. Here's the Meteor, happens every few turns. But at this point, the Bart's are powered up, so like it's doing nothing. So let's Brave Blade. Let's have Lena do a next turn heal, and heal this turn. We don't need to break the boss again yet. Let's see, let's go ahead and do Bart's damage before we do anything else. Alright, so we pushed 2 thresholds, actually. So that's Golden Tail Soup and Fluffy Cake or whatever. Actually, let's do some mana regen. Let's Golden Tail Soup and Lasagna. Sieg will Gorgeous Pose. And Lauren is guard here. So we're going to get a Thunderous Meteor for passing a threshold. The boss still hasn't used Focus Stance, so he hasn't used any accuracy attacks yet. That was the threshold meteor right there. Alright, here's Mighty Guard from the threshold. So we still didn't push any let's see. So he did Mighty Guard. He's gonna do it again next turn, so there's no point in dispelling, truthfully. So I'll just Heavenly and Teludric. Let's go ahead and break. Ignis needs to... Let's fill up Lauren in case we have to dispel next turn. See, you can go ahead and summon that second Esper so I don't forget about it. And we'll Sword Dance twice. Alright, so now that he's below 40, he's going to start hurting more than usual. He still hasn't used a stance, though. I'm not sure why he hasn't used a stance yet. Probably because we're pushing too many thresholds too quickly. There's the physical attack. Mighty Guard again. Alright, so he still hasn't used the stance. Until he does, we can just keep this up. Ignis, let's refresh Cooking. Just so it's always available. Sieg, let's Stylish Form. I'm not sure when the last time you covered was. I think the last time you covered. Let's Sword Dance and Sword Dance. That was Sword Dance, right? Yeah, let's Sword Dance twice. The boss still has Mighty Guard, but we keep pushing Threshold, so I'm not bothering to dispel it. His breaks have 3 turns, so we can just guard Lauren, and Lena can just repeat. Yeah, this fight's not too hard, as you can tell. We're using free gear, and we're gonna get this in like 10 turns. All right, there's another Threshold Meteor. That's the 3rd one. That was the 86. That was the 40% threshold. So the next one's at 20. There's Mighty Guard again. Iron Colossus and Ruthless Stance. Okay. So this is going to be a painful turn next turn. We're going to guard. No, we're not going to guard. Well. Alright, we're not going to guard the Bart. We should be fine. Bart has cheat death. We're going to dispel the boss. So you'll notice the boss put up Iron Colossus. That's an attack and magic buff. That has to go. Like, that is not okay. So we're going to dispel the boss, and we're going to re-raise both the Barts, just for the absolute safety. Alright, so the boss was dispelled. So now we're going to break with Lauren. Ignis is going to... let's give us mitigation and a defense buff for the team. Sieg. Let's Gorgeous Pose. And Barts, we're not going to guard. We're just going to go for it. If they die, we're fine. We're still way ahead on the turn count. We pushed that last threshold too, so this is actually going to be a Thunderous Meteor on top of everything else. This is going to be like a super painful turn. Oh, we don't have cover. Oh, this is not good. Oof. Alright. That wasn't good. Alright, yeah. That could have gone smoother. Alright, let's raise everyone. And let's heal everyone. Alright, so we don't have mitigation. So we're gonna have to use Sieg's Limit here. I don't think we have cover. We lost cover somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. The Barts died. I shouldn't have pushed that threshold that turn. That was the problem. Alright. We don't have cover again. But that was the Ruthless Stance. That was the most dangerous turn of the fight. Alright, Pressure is tightening. We got dispelled. Right, and we had no mitigation just now either. Oh, we had 40% mitigation. That's right, we did. We're gonna have to deal with it with cooking. Let's see, cooking. Lena is going to... We need stop immunity. So let's stop immunity and heal. Let's dual Spellblade and dual Spellblade. Cover. I'm not going to use Lauren this turn. Yeah. We'll summon another Esper just for the sake of it. So this was a little bit messy because we had that dangerous turn. We pushed a threshold on the same turn to use Ruthless Stance. That was sloppy. I shouldn't have done that. But it's fine. We'll win next turn. We lost all our mana. Maybe we won't. Now we're fine. I forgot about Paralyzed Immunity. Alright, let's go ahead and fill some mana so we can chain. Fill some mana and we'll cure some debuffs. And let's finish the boss off. It's Brave Blade. And Brave Blade. Alright, 12 turns with the pretty much free-to-play team. The gear it is. The units are good, but the gear is all cheap gear. Got all the missions. We used plenty of limits with Lauren. We did it in 30 turns, and we summoned 2 Espers. It would have been smooth if I had guarded that turn. That was, remember I said I should have guarded, but I went for it. I should have guarded. If I would have guarded, it would have been a super smooth clear. Would have had no deaths at all. But I pushed the threshold anyway. I regret that now. But whatever, we got it. So now I'm going to be going back for some more clears with different teams. See you guys in a bit.